I come from El Salvador, Central America, and I have been working in the past 6 years as a marketing in the marketing department, in the trade marketing department. So what I have been doing is to, well, my education background is about economics and business. However, when I was studying my undergraduate career, I incline a little bit more for the business area. So I left a little bit about the economics part, and then I started to realize that one of the things that I really like is marketing, and that's something that I'm really passionate about. So I started to work after my undergraduate studies in a telecommunications company. I worked there for 2 years approximately, and then I transferred to another company where I will develop my marketing skills at my best. I started to work in a company that is owned by AB InBev, and I started to manage brands that are non-alcoholic brands, so such as Powerade, Fuse Tea, and there are brands from the Coca-Cola company. So after that, after a promotion there, after 2.5 years, I started to manage alcoholic brands that are the specialty from ABI. So I started to manage brands such as Corona, Stella Artois, Budweiser, and local brands such as Pilsener and Golden. So I started to manage these brands, and the difference from my past experience working with non-alcoholic brands is that at the very beginning I focused more in ATL brand and also media to communicate everything by ATL media, and then I moved to work with BTL media. So the difference was that if I was communicating advertising from TV, radio, newspaper, then I started to work a little bit more with the client, with the customer, and more advertising in the point of sale, so that we can communicate everything in a 360-degree campaign. So that was more or less my experience there in La Constancia, with the subsidiary from ABI in El Salvador. And then after, I worked there for almost 5 years and a half, more or less. And then I decided that I needed something to develop my professional skills. And because I think I felt a little bit stuck in my career. And I decided that something that I really wanted to do is a master's, an MBA. So, and it was not a decision also by myself, because with my wife, we were talking about doing it together, and that's something that we really like. With my wife, we met each other in our undergraduate study, and we studied together in our undergraduate study. We were in the same career, in the same schedule. So at the end, that was something that we really wanted to repeat, to study together, and we decided to pursue an MBA outside of El Salvador, right? We started to decide and starting to evaluate about which university could be the best, and I think one of the best and the most important things to evaluate this is to not just evaluate by ranking or just by what the university has to offer, but also what do you need in your career? What do you think it would be best for your career? So that's something that we started to evaluate, and we started to enter to this process of application, I don't know, very 2 or 3 years more or less before entering in the MBA at SFU. So it was a long process, but at the end we could achieve it. And we were accepted, both my wife and I, at SFU at the Beedie School of Business. So 1 year and a few months more ago, we started the MBA at SFU. We really liked Vancouver as well as a city to live. So it was a life decision. We wanted to come here to Vancouver, not just to study, but if we're going to study, then to look for a job and to live here, and possibly in the future to raise a family. It's like a combination of city and nature. So you have nature really, you have access to nature really close to the city, to the university. So for example, we wanted to go to just to relax a little bit and disconnect from the university and from classes, homework, etc. Then it was the Stanley Park just around the corner, right? So it was a really good experience, and yeah, we are really happy about our decision. Right now, we are living in a city that, for example, is super secure. It's very different from El Salvador. That in El Salvador, the situation, the security situation, the crime situation is a little bit different, right? So right now we are living like really like peacefully here, and it's better, right? So right now, what we think is the decision that we took was very worthy. It was not an easy decision to take, because it would be difficult for us to we had a secure job in El Salvador, both of us, and however we wanted to develop our skills more, right? And unfortunately, in El Salvador, job opportunities are not as many as you may think, right? So we felt a little bit stuck. We wanted to keep developing, to have better challenges. And right now, well, in that moment, we felt like we were in a monotonous situation where we were practically repeating all what we did the last year, and so on, so on. So at the end, we were thinking we have to do something to change this situation. And however, it won't be easy, because at the end, someone will have to, well, both of us will have to stop working, and that will mean that no one will earn money for for a while, right? So that will be like a difficult situation. However, as I said before, we tried to plan it since maybe like 2 or 3 years before we were started to do our applications, right? So what we started to plan it, to start saving money for this. We also tried to look for other financing situations, for options, sorry. But at the end, by doing this planning, by planning ahead, I think that was something that it really helped us a lot. So we could access to financing options as well. We had our own savings, and at the end, that worked for us to apply for this university, and also the university helped us with some scholarships. So at the end, I think everything worked well for us, and it was challenging at the end, because we have also not just but the financial part, but also because at the end we were living the place where we were raised, the place where that we liked, all that our customs, we left them there. So at the end, it was really hard, and right now we also felt that, because we missed a lot of like the food, our family, all the places that we visit very usually. But at the end, those things you have to like measure which of the things are more important. And at the end, now we don't regret about this decision. At the end, it was a very hard decision for us, but I think the decision of investing in an MBA, I think it's really worth it for us. We started to evaluate the universities that we could apply, and also that we had possibilities to apply, not just because of the things that they offer, but also about if we could afford it, right? So at the end, SFU, I think, had all these things that we were looking for. It was an MBA that was really good, that we wanted also that they support us a lot in the future after the MBA, and also that it was affordable, right? So at the end, this evaluation of different universities and finding the one that it was suitable for us helped us a lot to move on to pursue the MBA, right? And now that we started to evaluate that after knowing how much we will have to invest, that's the moment that we said, hey, we have to do some sacrifices. We have to start saving, not going out too much or something, right? So that was something that we started to do like some years before starting the MBA. So yeah, at the end, in the moment, it was like, oh my God. Even in the MBA, during our studies was very sacrificing, because at the end we couldn't like spend too much because we were paying tuition, and also like expenditures here for like rent, utilities, etc. Right? So we were doing a lot of sacrifices. However, we were having this goal in our mind, and the results that was from that goal, that was having a full-time job here in Vancouver, right? And what will it mean for us financially and also for our learning? So at the end, we were having very clear that result in our mind, like before applying, during the MBA, during doing all the homework, assignments, and all the presentations, etc., that we had to do. We were having that clear result in our head, and at the end, we could finish our academic part on August. And now we are, both of us, we are in our own internship. And as I was saying, at the end, we are earning even more than we were earning in El Salvador in a full-time position. So even in an internship position, I think the results are really good. And hopefully in the next year, when I finish this internship, when I have a full-time position, our future will be better, right? So at the end, it's a long process. This doesn't happen from night to the day. At the end, it's a lot of hard work, but I think everything is worth it. It's very worth it to pursue an MBA. Maybe it wasn't like easy, but what it helped a lot is when you come here. We came here alone, right? We didn't know anyone here, but something that it really helped us is like I think two things. First, the attitude that you have towards the people that you're starting to know, right? I think everyone here is very welcoming, and also the culture here is that they respect the culture of everyone, even though it doesn't matter where you come from. So that's something that we really try to apply and try to live like that. And also at the end, the second thing is more like professional, but I think networking was something that really helped us a lot. So for example, we came here and we didn't have any place secure here to live. And we came here like in an Airbnb, right? We started to look for a place to live a little bit more permanently here in Vancouver. And we started to talk with people. I think it's something that it's really easy to start with, is to start talking with people. We started to talk with the owner of the house that we were living in, the Airbnb. And he was really nice with us. He was recommending places where we could live. And we started to know a little bit more people, and from that point, and at the end, we could find a place here in Vancouver that we could live a little bit more permanently. And in the university also, it was very good that we could know more people, right? And I can start from my own cohort, and I think that was super beneficial for us to know a lot of people from different countries, and not only for my studies, but also here in life. I have learned a lot. And I think I opened my mind a lot by knowing these people from different countries around the world, right? I started my MBA on August 2019, and I finished the academic portion of my MBA in August 2020, right? So at the end, I had 1 year of classes, and after when you finish your year of classes, then you start to have to look for an internship, right? Because for us to graduate, it is required to have a 4-month internship in as your experience here in Vancouver, right? So I started to look for an internship a little bit before we finish our MBA. I started to work to find an internship. I started to look for an internship on July. And then I found an internship position at WorkSafe BC on August 20, something like that. So I took a little bit more than a month and a half to find a position there. And it's a business analyst position. And it will be an internship that will finish on December, and with possibilities to be extended. So it was more or less fast. However, I think it was very good because the university helped me a lot with the career management center, and also I had a lot of interviews that helped, that was possible because the networking that I did before, right? So at the end, it was more or less fast, and I have been working at Works ABC for a month and a half more approximately. And yeah, and I'm pretty happy about it. Yeah, I'm very, very happy because I'm started to learn a lot. It's very different from my background right now because it's not about marketing, it's about project management. So I'm starting to learn new skills for my career, and I think it will be really beneficial for us and will complement very good with my background that I have. So yeah, I'm very happy in this position, and hopefully I can stay there or even bring those skills to another position where I can work as a full-time employee there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about it.